evening, darlings. Today I would like to talk about one of the first stories that I have read, and the one that made me interested in romance novels in general. You may find it hard to believe, but I wasn't really fond of this genre before. The thing is that I couldn't make myself care too much about the characters that I didn't know, and the book or story usually didn't do a good enough job of presenting them. However, when it comes to tales about my friends, it's extremely easy to be engaged because these are the ponies that I already know and love. Platonically, of course. Anyway, this tale is Building Bridges, written by Cloudy Skies. It tells the story of Rainbow Dash, who has a massive crush on Twilight. Rainbow tries to get closer to her very awkwardly at first, but things seem to progress relatively well after some initial hiccups. That is until Twilight finds out about the whole scheme at the worst possible time and gets a little angry at the poor Pegasus. In turn, Rainbow gets angry as well, partly at Twilight for not understanding the whole situation, and partly how one of the most important moments in her life went so horribly wrong. Rainbow wants to cool her head a bit, but dashes to the worst place she could find. The Everfree Forest. I love the character portrayal. Rainbow Dash behaves adorably awkward then acts on impulse, as she usually does. She feels overwhelmed by her crush, having a love-hate relationship, which only adds to the whole dynamic. Her innate life force is being multiplied here, which charges the story until it's buzzing with energy. As the author himself has written, the entire thing just built up in a terrible crescendo, begging her to play a finishing note. She sorts out her feelings eventually, although it takes some help from the outside in the form of words such as, "All you see is the gap between the two of you, but you know there's a bridge." Well said. Twilight is always willing to help a friend in need, even if Rainbow's antics had a negative impact on her library being intact. The adorable librarian shows her daredevil friend that books don't have to be boring and even cool ponies wrote them. That was before Dashi discovered the Daring Do novels and learned that lesson at the time. Twilight is clueless about the relationship at first, but after understanding the whole situation, she is determined to get things right with the pony that she cares about, even if she has to put her own life at stake, like a medieval knight fighting in the name of love. How romantic. The rest of our group makes for an excellent support. Every pony is important and has their own role. The pacing was excellent, fairly relaxed at the beginning, and constantly picking up the pace until the climax and giving you a satisfying payoff at the end. The whole conflict acts as a motor that steadily drives the story forward. I applaud the rich use of language as well. Reading this novel was a treat to my eyes, mind, and heart all at the same time, like going on a walk to the park at spring and eating the most delicious ice cream while listening to a musical masterpiece. The first time it hit me hard, my mind felt like it was floating in cloudy skies for the whole day. Even now I feel tugging at the heartstrings remembering these tender moments. I give this story a 9.5 out of 10. If it had even more emotional impact, I would give it a 10. Well, that's it for today, darlings. Au revoir. Rarity bids farewell.